Grind and mill. Keep minimum air pressure 0.63 MPa to fill in enough clean air through air filter before using air bearing. Choose a proper 5C collet and tighten drawbar firmly. Adjust the air bearing fixture by from 2 to 5 degrees. Tighten the cap screw and be sure stylus head is the same as air bearing fixture center height. Adjust the stylus to be away from the face of end mill about 10 mm and be sure the stylus in end mill fluid, and tighten screw. By now, the stylus can guide the mill. For end mill relief angle grinding, we suggest to finish it by two grinding. For example, to grind end mill with diameter 12 mm, by first step you can grind it to its 10 degrees and secondary grind to 19 degrees. Now adjust grind wheel at its 10 degrees. Feed in the stylus till close to the grinding wheel about 10 mm. After all preparation, turn on the motor to start grinding. Rotate the air bearing at the same time and put the stylus point at root of end mill spiral fluid. And infeed Y-axis handle till the grinding wheel touches the face of end mill, and pull drawbar back slowly. Also be sure the stylus in the spiral fluid. Now we finish one fluid grinding. Press down the Y-axis handle by left hand and push drawbar by right hand. Pull the drawbar back by right hand slowly and do not stop in procedure. Repeat the same procedure as before to grind other fluids. Next, let's go on the second grinding. Rotate Y-axis handle and locate the grinding wheel at 19 degrees. Repeat the above action to grind all the fluids. Now you can see fluid edges on the spiral fluids with common width range from 0.1 to 0.2 mm. If the edge is too wide, please infeed the Y-axis handle by from 1 to 5 graduation, and then repeat the above action till you finish it. Grinding the face of end mill. Loosen the index collar and bring out pilot pin and set the cutting blade face of end mill to touch the stylus. Turn the index collar and put the pilot pin in the slot that is marked with 6. Fix the index collar and make the end mill at horizontal position by adjusting the pilot ring. Take off the stylus bracket assembly. And set the grinding wheel at -6 degrees and back. Locate the air bearing at 88 degrees. Then rotate the air bearing and index collar, choose a proper slot and locate it. Keep one face of the end mill near the wheel and keep horizontal position. Infit X and Y axis handles and stop infit Y axis handle when the end mill touches grinding wheel. Infit X axis handle to grind the face of end mill. Then repeat the above action with others. And please remember to turn off the motor when finished. Grinding taper end mill. Install taper stylus bracket and adjust grind wheel angle according to the end mill relief. Infit grind mill from 0.2 to 0.5 mm from the point of stylus and set it at the same height as air bearing center line. Mount the end mill in the air bearing fixture by a 5C collet. Fix the air bearing fixture at half angle according to the taper degree of workpiece. For example, the taper of end mill is 10 degrees, so you can locate the air bearing fixture at place 5 degrees. And make the stylus in front end of spiral flute. Now turn on the motor. Infit the Y-axis handle till the grind wheel touches the taper end mill. Then one hand hold the drawbar with light force to rotate to keep close touch, and the other hand infit constantly X-axis handle to grind. To finish grinding the root flute, please be sure not stop in the procedure. Rotate X handle counterclockwise till back to the original position, and then come to the neck flute grinding. Finally, turn off the motor and unload the taper end mill. Grinding reamer. Mount the reamer on. Adjust grinding wheel angle and set air bearing fixture at half angle of the taper of workpiece. Set the stylus point in reamer flute and let the stylus slide freely, and then tighten the stylus. Infit X-axis handle to forward grinding wheel from 0.2 to 0.5 mm from the mill. Turn on the motor and infit Y-axis handle slowly till spark comes out. Hold and turn the air bearing fixture by left hand, keeping the stylus and reamer touches throughout the grinding. Infit X-axis handle to grind by right hand. Grind the other flute at the same action after the first. Finally, turn off the motor and unload the reamer. Grinding taps. First of all, unload the stylus bracket assembly and retaining ring and install the proper tab cam. Mount the tab in the air bearing fixture and tighten drawbar. Adjust and locate the air bearing according to the tap angle. Put pilot roller bracket in its position. Make the roller on its thinnest point of the cam and locate the roller. Loosen drawbar and rotate the tab, keeping cutting edge in horizontal position, and tighten the drawbar. Turn on the motor. Infit the tab cutting edge close to the front end of the wheel, then infit the Y-axis handle by left hand. Rotate the air bearing by right hand to finish grinding. Finally, turn off the motor and back Y-axis handle and unload the tab. Grinding drills. Take off air bearing fixture and install drill attachment. Loosen screw and point it at 118 degrees graduation. Mount the drill in the collet, keeping one of its cutting edges to the direction of 118 degrees and reaching out of collet 24 mm. Hold the collet into the holder and be sure the drill cam touches the right side roller. Then infit the grinding wheel and rotate the holder to grind. Rotate 180 degrees every time and do not stop in the procedure till no spark appears. After finishing, unload the holder and take out the drill. Grinding ball and mill. First, take off the air bearing fixture and install the radius attachment. Using proper wheel dresser cutter to dress the front face of grinding wheel to a 10-degree taper with outer diameter edge higher than inner diameter edge. And using proper 5C collet, mount the ball and mill in the radius attachment and tighten the drawbar. Loosen the tighten screw on the index ring, so you can rotate the index ring to the appropriate number on it. Use the alignment device to touch one blade of the mill in order to set blade line horizontally. Lighten the screw. Draw back the pin and locate it in half dividing slot. Rotate the index ring to reset it 0. Adjust the wheel angle according to the relief angle of the mill. Fit in the wheel and let it touch its bowl section. Then take it away from each other. Loosen the screw and insert the pin. Rotate it to make the mill 0.5 mm away to the wheel. Turn on the power. Swivel the attachment within 90 degrees range. Fit in the mill to grind all the edge. And remember the graduation. Rotate the mill back and draw out of the pin. Turn the spindle 180 degrees to grind all the blades. Rotate the wheel back. Adjust wheel to -6 degrees position. Swivel the attachment within 90 degrees range. Fit in the wheel slowly. Leave a net with the proper width on the mill. Remember the graduation. Rotate the end mill by 180 degrees to grind it with the same number of above operation. all done. Plug in the power adapter. Turn on the light. Set up right grinding depths according to the torn drills. Turn the material removing setting knob clockwise to decrease the material removal. If turn it counterclockwise, the removal increases. If to turn the setting knob cannot get the ideal volume, we need to adjust the machine. Please find the small access hole at the rear of the machine. Insert an Allen wrench and turn the nut in it. Rotate the wrench clockwise. The shaft can be pushed forward, which decreases the grinding amount. Rotate it counterclockwise. The shaft goes backward, which increases the amount of grinding. Each rotation will adjust 1 mm grinding depth. Each 1/4 turn adjusts 0.25 mm. Loosen the adjust handle to turn the alignment nut. Turn clockwise to decrease relief and turn counterclockwise increase relief. For example, to grind a standard 118-degree point angle drill with diameter over 8 mm, turn the line to 118-degree position. To grind a drill with a diameter from 3 to 8 mm, a more rotation of 1/4 graduation is needed. Remember to tighten the adjust handle. This machine is equipped with 2 chucks. One is for drills with diameter from 3 mm to 12 mm. The other is for from 12 to 21 mm. Choose the right one according to the workpiece. Hold the chuck horizontally. Insert the drill into it softly and leave 50 mm out. Clockwise turn the chuck handle to tighten the drill. Then the counterclockwise rotate it at a half circle to loosen a bit for free sliding of the drill in the chuck. Put the chuck with the drill into the alignment port steadily. Align the locate pins into recesses of the alignment nuts. Push the chuck back all the way by right hand. Then draw the slide handle slowly and steadily to the position by left hand. Turn the chuck to tighten the drill, then set left hand free. Note: make sure the tip of the drill is against the drill stop, and the 2 steel paws grab the flues at the narrowest point. Try above steps again if the drill is not in position. Use Allen wrench to loose hex socket head screw to set the sharpening paw supports free. Turn the light to 118-degree position, then tighten the screw. Turn the motor power switch on. Rotate the port away the wheel when inserting the chuck into the port. Put the cam against the bearings below the port by left hand, and the highest part of the cam on the right bearing, then loose your left hand. Hold the chuck by right hand, with the light pressure to the direction between the 2 bearings. Rotate the chuck at a half circle every time. When the grinding noise reduces to nothing, a standard drill comes out. To keep the symmetry of the 2 lips, try best to avoid stop or interruption during the process. Push the locking nut to the left side. Loosen the nut. Turn the port to the needed position. Tighten the nut. Insert the chuck into the point split port at the middle of the machine, and align the cam ducts with the slots on the point split tube. Noise reduced to silence. Pull out the chuck and rotate it to 180 degrees to split the opposite side of the drill point. At this stage, check the drill bit to see whether it is done. If the removal is small, turn a bit the port counterclockwise and do the grinding again. If it happens that burrs left on the cutting edges, use file stone to grinding it lightly. A drill is finished then. After grinding some drills, there will be a lot of grit and dust in the tray. Turn the brass lock screw to pull out the tray. Clean the tray periodically. There are two working surfaces of one wheel. When one side of the wheel is torn out or damaged, reverse the wheel and it becomes new again. Steps for this operation: disconnect the power from the machine for removing the cover. Hold the spatula wrench by left hand. Insert wrench teeth into the hole on the motor by right hand to disassemble the wheel.